Poori Chana, these are the ingredients. So you have about 4 teaspoons of dhania. Dhania is, what's the dhania in English? Is it cumin seeds or something? Cumin seeds. Then you have like a 1 fist of coriander leaves. Then about 10 leaves of curry leaves. About 4 to 5 clove, about 5 to 6 cardamom, a little bit of ginger, 2 pieces of garlic, and 4 to 5 dry red chili. So that's the ingredient you need to have to make the chana masala. Put all those ingredients and put 2 glasses of water. So the idea here is you want to soak that in water for about 2 hours. That's the idea. So soak it up for 2 hours so that it gets all nicely mixed up. I do not have the cinnamon sticks, so I'm going to go and buy it right now. That needs to go into as well. So for the next step for this is take 3 tomatoes and 1 onion, big onion, and cut it into sort of not very small pieces but sort of long pieces like this. Like long pieces like this. Okay. And same thing goes for onions. Cut like in the longitudinal way as much as you can and keep it ready. Step is, you remember you had put in the initial mixture in put it in water for about 1.5 hours. So now it is well soaked for 1.5 hours now. Take that mixture, put it in the mixing, and then take half of onions and half of the tomatoes you have cut. So keep half for a later use, but take half of the onion and half of the tomatoes into the mixie, and then we need to nicely grind it. That is the next step. So nicely grinding that, and see the grinding paste comes like this. It's a wonderful smell. Yeah, I can see the grinding. It's nicely grinded and it smells fantastic because of the coriander and all the spices we have put. With the onion and tomato, I can feel it. It's really nice. So next step is take about 3 to 4 teaspoons of oil, maybe less than that, and a small half teaspoon of mustard, and just put it in once the oil gets heated up and let it splutter. And whatever was the remaining, remember you had only taken 50% of that for grinding, so the remaining onions and remaining tomato, it's time to put that in this. And nicely put it in and then wait for the onion to get roasted a bit before you put the remaining tomatoes. Otherwise the tomatoes will get overly burnt. So wait for the onions to, since I'm using a Teflon pan, so it's better to use a softer spoon. So stir fry it along with a little bit of mustard. You can get nice smell already. That's why you want the onions to be a little long cut, so that it looks good also. Stir fry it, wait for it to get a little brown in color, and then you can put the tomatoes. So it's getting a little brown in color, so I'm starting to put the tomatoes in. The remaining tomatoes, whatever is there, finish it off. And as the tomato is a bit getting fried, you remember this is the mixie output, right? The one that you had used it in the grinder. It's time to take that and just pour it in. You can see a fantastic smell already coming. And you can just mix it up. This is your chana masala gravy is getting ready. So it's just mixed up nicely, and let it boil for some time. While that is happening, you can see a little bit of floating vegetables. That's the beauty. So it feels good. The taste is also there. At the same time, you have some vegetables in it. So wait for it to cook a bit, and then we can do the next step is to add the chana. The next is you take some chickpeas or the garbanzos, and I've taken about 4 or 5 of this. Now the thing is, this is mixed with some preservative here, this liquid, so you need to wash it really nicely. So that's what I'm doing now. I am putting it in the water and like really nicely washing it. I can see that it is, it's a little sort of soapy texture, so it needs to go away. So like wash this really nicely. That's the next step. So now the washed chickpeas, I'm just putting it into the mixture here, and nicely start mixing it. I probably need a little bit more chickpeas because it's too much of gravy and very less chickpeas, so I'm probably going to add some more chickpeas. So what I do next is I added 1 spoon of salt, and then later on we can see, and then I take 1 spoon of garam masala. So we can always add a little bit later on, but I'm taking 1 spoon now. You can see garam masala. The Everest garam masala is what I'm using, and adding 1 spoon of garam masala. This is almost done. Now for the color, after this I will add 1 or 2 spoons of ketchup, tomato ketchup, to give a little red color, and then we are done. Nice chana masala is ready for puri. So, and just to final garnishing, just a little bit of tomato sauce onto that. So it gives you the bit of a color, I think, and also a slightly hotel-y smell. Basically, that's all. And I think the chana masala is ready. Now it's time for us to do the puri.